Hi there. This is a really interesting UFO sighting. 1967, August the 5th, I think it was. Um, I've wrote some notes down, so if I keep disappearing, I have a memory of a sieve and just check the place. Because they didn't live there. There was an holiday actually. That's it. Black Rock Sands in Wales. Never been. Wales is a beautiful place, absolutely gorgeous, really nice. And they were returning there to the Cavern Park where there was an holiday, and it was a few 15-year-old lads. I can't the parents. I can't remember mum and dad with them. I know one of the lad became a solicitor. I think the gentleman who were driving it, one of the fathers was a publisher, and other maybe a guardsman or was a guardsman. I can't quite um, remember. There's lots of different bits of this story, lots of information on it. You'll find basically what it is. It looks like it's two. They describe it having two Welsh hats riveted together. That's what the UFO looked like, and they describe it having a tilt at 20%, which is all really fascinating because a lot of UFOs, they always have a tilt. Not always the shape, but they always have a tilt. And then the guys described maybe it had some sort of gyro mechanism to for that tilt, and for was it powered by gyroscope? I met somebody years ago who put so many gyroscopes for propulsion system just for that. Was this basically that? Uh, was it a test bed for a gyroscope propulsion in '67? Possibly, because not really convinced it's a complete UFO from outer space. More that I think this was made by um, human hands. Uh, but it's fascinating. They got about a quarter mile away from it. Obviously, there were no lights, or I think most of these lights we see are actually there just to um, put us off from seeing the shape or taking note of something. What is there? I mean, after all, why do we need flashy green, red lights? I'm sure there is some need somewhere, but not every single one. This in particular, like I say, it was documented really well. Um, if you look at Welsh at UFO in Snowdon, you'll probably find loads more than I have. But it's a very good one. It's there's even maps and descriptions where it flew and how close they got to it. I love the bit where it's saying 20, perhaps it was flying at 20 degrees. I love that. I mean, because how many times do we hear crafts fly at 20 degrees, no matter what shape it is? I mean, this is um, two Welsh hats, like Mormon hats type of thing. I'd describe. Got eye, one different top and bottom, and but when they got close to it, they said it was smoother. No, you couldn't see the rivets, and it was like a very shiny steel. It probably was steel. That's why it was shiny. And but straight after there was three English Lightning jets, beautiful planes they were, absolute electric lightning. If you ever see one, they're actually beautiful. I think it did about 1,000 miles per hour. And they followed it through. I don't think they've chased it. Peculiar looking UFO it is. They followed it through. Probably make sure it's all right, looking after it. But it's fascinating because it floated about. It didn't give out any discharge, no smell, no magnetical energy. It didn't make any noise again. No flashy lights. Unfortunately, no green man jumped out of it and nothing like that. But nevertheless, it floated, it levitated on its own, and it just shows what capacity in propulsion system there is. Even if it's not there and it's made on Earth, what we have, and it's a fascinating little thing. Please look at it. It's Welsh at UFO in Snowdon. If you get a chance to go down there, Black Rock Sands. I've not been to the Caravan Park. It's probably shut down in '67, but I've been around that area. Snowdon's lovely. They would have drove through the with 3,000 feet through a valley on one side, so you can see how they would have came round. It being dark and valley, big deep valley, would have come around bends and saw this thing, probably out of sight, probably didn't mean to be there. Mia came from an MOD base or somewhere, and it's just floated off course, I'm guessing, attracted by some signal or something. And the 3 jets went to usher it back, I'm guessing, or look after it. You know, peculiar if it was a UFO there, isn't it? It's not very high tech, is it? I don't think so. I mean, floating about, you know, but they had a good look, and they've looked at it for quite some minutes, to be honest. So yeah, it's another one which we can't really explain, and another one what really appears to be from human hands, to me anyway. I mean, it's the same with the black triangle. That also appears to be from human hands. So we're not finding much UFOs. With little green men at the minute. I'm sure there'll be some story. There's some great stories who let them in though, but more so, I think of these devices are made here. Unfortunately, maybe in fact, little green men maybe really are us. It's just that they've gone and come back. Be a bit sad, isn't it? Never mind. Anyway, I'm sorry it's not an exciting story, but it's one I wanted to talk about because it's not popular, and it's worth, if you like UFOs, just have a little look. Again, it's called Welsh at UFO Snowdon, and it was a family, two lads, I think 2 gentlemen was in the car. I think that one of the lads became a solicitor. The gentleman, I'm sure he became. I'm sure he was actually one of the leading publishers as well for a newspaper. So it was, yeah. Anyway, oops, my phone is acting up. Anyway, hope you like it, and please, if you find anything about it, please let me know. Thank you.